welcome to another episode of Business Ambassadors. I am your host, Dereck Stinson with First Merchants Bank, and I'm lucky today to have a special guest, Stan Gurka. Hello, Stan. Welcome.
Hey, Derek. Good to be here.
Thank you. Stan is with Primerica, and he also does some photography on the side as well. So, Stan, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you came to Noblesville.
Okay, well, came to Noblesville because New York ran out of business, so we moved out west. They raised the tax rate so nobody could exist there. Anyway, and we were real happy here. And I had a sales job in engineering. But on the side, I've always been interested in photography since our kids were born. So
Sure.
we developed a photography business and photographed so many people in the community, babies, brides. And it was very, very rewarding in that it was such an exciting feel to give somebody a finished photograph to make them feel good, made us feel good. It was wonderful. As that business tended to change, I was always interested in finance. I've been investing for years, and friends would always come to me and ask me for advice. So I found that Primerica offered an opportunity where I could start part-time and then go into full-time.
Oh, nice.
And since they've been around since 1977 and going into almost 40 years, it was a company that I felt comfortable with.
Yeah.
The philosophy of the company is to buy term and invest the difference.
Okay.
Years ago, everybody had term insurance, and a lot of it wasn't regulated, and it wasn't very good. So it's been regulated, but still, in a lot of cases, it's more efficient for someone to buy term insurance for the term of time they need it. If you think about it, when you're 60 or 70 years old, you don't need as much as when you're 20 or 30 and have a lot more responsibilities. So that's one of the things. And the other thing is the money you save, you need to invest. You can't go out and eat out more often and buy a big TV. The idea is to be focused on saving that.
Save now, so then you can do that when you retire. Go out to eat and go on trips and stuff.
It doesn't mean you have to live like a Trappist monk. You can still enjoy life, but you got to admit, all of us have areas where we could spend less money.
Sure, yes.
Especially if we had some incentive. And it doesn't take that much to save to have quite a sum of money after 30 or 40 years.
Yeah. Well, okay, so as an example, myself, I come to you, had married, 2 children. What would your process be? What would you do? What could you do for me?
Okay, well, we do what's called a financial needs analysis.
Okay.
And with us, it's complimentary. Some places charge you a substantial sum.
Yeah.
We sit down and basically do a roadmap. We see where you are and where you want to go. We see what your financial state is and what your objectives are and help you get there. So you probably want to have a certain amount of life insurance in case something happens. You could protect your income for the children. You may want to have a certain amount for their college education. After they graduate, you don't need as much insurance, which is why we discussed the term. And then, depending on your company, years ago, many of us had retirement plans.
Yeah.
That pretty much doesn't exist. So you have to set up your own. And we would suggest setting up an investment plan for yourself and your spouse, as well as saving for the children for college, and then they have something to get started on as they graduate.
So it's a whole holistic, full, one-stop shop where you'd be able to take care of everything to help keep my future protected and
Exactly. What we do is you're in the middle here, and we see what you're doing for your mortgage, what you're doing with your loans, what you're doing with your saving, what you're doing with your taxes. We look at all these facets and see how you could use it more economically.
Okay.
So if you could save money on taxes, then maybe you pay the mortgage off faster.
Yeah, sure.
The number one thing we consider is debt reduction.
That's the first thing you want to take care of, huh?
Business owners are limited in what they can give the employees financially.
Sure.
But and there's a lot of stress everywhere. People are struggling to make ends meet. We do what's called a financial wellness program for businesses.
Okay.
And we sit down. We sit down in front of the employees. Again, this is complimentary, and we explain to them, quote, how money works. so that they can get the most out of what they have. If they can have a more comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
If they can see a retirement down the road, they can feel a lot more efficient, optimistic. They're a lot more productive. So it's a win-win. The employee wins because they feel better. They're on a program. And the company wins because the employees are not beating their head against the wall trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what makes you different from other people in your field out there? Why would I come to you?
Okay, well, one of the things is we look at the entire picture.
Okay.
Sometimes a company will save you money, but not tell you what to do with it.
Okay.
So if they save you $50 a month, you're excited. You and your wife go out to dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. But if somebody says, now let's take that $50 and save it, and after 30 years, you will have many thousands of dollars. I can't think off the top of my head,
Sure.
but you have several $100,000. We can also sit with you and encourage you to pay off a loan, which some people won't bother with. They'll just be concerned with selling you the investment product or whatever. We also won't, we're what's called a fiduciary,
Okay.
which means it has to be in your interest. It has to be to your advantage. A friend came to me with an investment he currently has, wanted to know what we could do with it. I said, well, I'll take a look at it, but probably you're best off where it is, because if you sell it, you'll incur new fees.
Yeah.
But I'll look at it and see what's the best way for you to go about it.
Good. And do you have an office, or do you
Yep.
meet people for coffee, or go to their house, or
We do
how
all
can-
of the above. We have an office on Allisonville Road.
Okay. Wherever. huh?
Sometimes the bank has a little room. We can use.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Westfield, the Westfield First Merchants has one of those rooms, so you can go meet there.
Yeah, and it's private. And also, a lot of times, maybe people don't know because my phone number is 374-1021. So yeah, the cell phone is the easiest.
To give you a phone call.
Yeah.
And Stan, he's in all kinds of things. Every time I meet him, he's doing something different. I know you're very involved with Mending Hearts as well. Can you share with me a little bit about what Mending Hearts does and
Yes,
how you
sure.
can help people with that?
Mending Hearts is a support group, and the key ingredient to that is the visitors program. So when somebody's in a hospital with a heart condition, if it's okay with them and it's okay with the hospital, we will go into the room. As if they're sleepy or groggy, we won't bother them. We go there, we basically let them know that we have had similar conditions, we've been in similar circumstances, we have some information to give you. We invite you to come with our group, visit. It's no charge. We meet at Riverview Hospital, and we encourage them to ask questions. We don't cover religion or medicine
Sure.
or politics. We're not qualified. We just basically want to be there in case they have any questions, and to let them know that yes, we've had similar conditions, and come meet other members, and even have a free lunch, and there's always a program,
Yeah.
medically oriented.
I've been to one of the meetings before, and the people there, they're just so great and helpful. I mean, I'm sure anyone that has a heart issue would be just a great support group.
Yeah.
And it's a delicious lunch, too.
Yeah.
A very good lunch.
Yeah. And in fact, we're meeting this Wednesday.
Wednesday. You guys
Wednesday
meet
week.
Wednesdays?
Wednesdays from 12 to about 1:30 or so.
To 1:30.
It's at the Carlos Center right next to Riverview Health. And this week we have two speakers. We have a person that will help those that are hard of hearing get a phone so that they can communicate, which many
Yeah.
of us have these things and need a better hearing. The other one is the physician from Riverview Hospital who is going to sit down and analyze the drugs and supplements we take to
Wow.
make sure there's no interaction.
Wow.
Because
that's
quite
great.
often, and people don't realize how informed the pharmacists are. Many of us are aware that if you drink grapefruit juice with certain medications, medication works too quickly and get you in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it has something to do with dissolving the capsule faster than it should be.
It should.
But there are other medications that interact, and unfortunately, as we get older, some people are taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 medications, and one brings you up, one brings you down, and it can be scary.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So,
Well, thank you, Stan, very much for
Well, thank
coming
you, Dave.
today. And as you can see,
About the marketing group?
yeah, Noblesville Marketing Group. You see, Stan is in everything. He can
Yeah.
take your pictures for you, make you look beautiful. He can help you with all your millions in money. He can help protect your heart, and then he can also help your business grow with Noblesville Marketing Group.
Yeah.
You're in that too.
yes, I am. It's a wonderful group. We have 200 or so members, but there's about 30 core that show up every 2 weeks at Jim Dandy. We just met Friday. So 2 Fridays, not this week, but the week after, we'll meet again from 7 a.m. It's rather informal. It doesn't matter what your industry is. Come in and you meet a variety of people, of resources for yourself, your family, or just to know what's out there. And if you have a business to promote, that's even better, because you'll get an opportunity, like a lot of networking groups, to have 60 seconds or so to describe your business. Unlike some of the other groups, it's free. It's supportive of one another. You're not obligated. If you miss 2 weeks, you won't get thrown out. And if you don't have a referral, that's okay. We're still friends. Because I've been in a lot of other groups, and some of them are very strict, and some people like that, and some like a more casual group. But it's a really good group, and one of the members commented he wished more people would ask him who to refer to, because we know a lot of people that are based out of the Noblesville area.
Great. Supporting our communities
Exactly.
and helping our communities grow. So, Stan, thank you very much for your time. You're a great guest, and thank you for joining us on this episode of Business Ambassadors. I'm Dereck Stinson. Have a great day.